Good morning. Good morning. I'm late. I'm late. Welcome to another Monday as I get myself together. I'm running late because usually I'm up with y'all at 6:30 and it ain't 6:30. But we here. We're here. I've already done my coffee. We'll talk about it in a second. But first. Get your word, get your notepad, get your own coffee, your tea, or your water, whatever you need. And we are going to hop into this pretty good coffee because I only got a few minutes because obviously I'm running a little late and we're going to get started. Okay, so like I said, I'm running a little late. I've already done my coffee. I don't even remember what this coffee is. It's just something that I had already done in my pitcher. So it's whatever is left in that, and it is a Quest vanilla protein shake, and that's it. So 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. Chef's kiss. It's really good. Really good. Really good. But I don't know what the coffee is. So as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. I'm gonna go search and try to remember what I did, but I don't know right now. But I have like a few minutes to get this together, and I gotta get this together, my face a little bit, because I'm looking a little rough. Um, so I'm going to use my. We haven't done a get ready with me in a really long time, but I'm gonna do a Kat Von D True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation. This is tan 60. I have a neutral undertone, so this is a really great. And y'all, this is dumb because I have a white shirt on. Ooh, this is not wise, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway because I got places to be. So I'm just gonna put a little bit because I don't wear tons of stuff if I don't have to. And so this is really just to kind of even me out a little bit. I'm also not like great at doing makeup, so I don't try to do the most because that's when you get yourself in trouble. All right, so and this is the Real Techniques 204 brush. So, anyways, like I said, I kind of got up late. Um, I got to get myself together because I have some meetings. I have quite a bit that I need to get done today. This is a week that I have a conference at the end of the week I'm going to be at. And so I have a shorter work week, if that makes sense. Which means, as you know, that means you got to get a lot done at the top of the week, right? So here we go. And also, it's don't do this. Don't not put like your primer on, all that, and your moisturizer and stuff on. Don't do that, guys. Like I typically do. I have a really great primer that I've been using for the past couple of days. I just got from Tula, and it's really nice. It's like skincare, which I love, and it's really been helping my skin because I have been breaking out. Rude. So it's been on my chin and it's really been helping that and it doesn't aggravate it. It's really nice. Um it's like their grippy primer. It's a grippy primer. But anyway, so see now kind of just an even base. There you go. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. Okay? Because like I said, I just have a couple meetings that I have to run into, a couple video calls. This is the Kat Von D Everlasting Blush and Peony. It's a really pretty like pink. So we're gonna talk real fast because I'm running. Y'all. I'm running. And I want to talk about something. I had some conversation yesterday with a couple of my mentees, and it really brought me um some perspective, right? And I wanted to share it with you because again, you should always be learning, even as you're teaching others and you're leading others. You should also be learning, right? Like we're always the student, always. And Lord was speaking really loud, and he took me back to this verse in Matthew 7. Matthew 7, actually, it's three verses. It's three verses. Matthew 7, verses 21 through 23. Does that look like enough? That look like somebody? I look like somebody? Okay. Matthew 7, verses 21 through 23. And we're going to do We're going to do the ESV version. I typically do the CSB version, but I think I'm going to do the ESV. Let me see something real quick. That's my alarm. Y'all see I'm running. I'm running. Okay, let's see. ESV says... Okay, yeah. Let's do the ESV. It says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many mighty works in your name?' And then will I declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.' Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not and cast out demons in your name and do many mighty works in your name?' And then will I declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.'" That's Matthew 7, verses 21 through 23. This is the ESV version. And this is the SBK Cosmetics Set and Play Setting Spray. Because y'all already know, your girl sweats like crazy, so we got to set this. But it was so important for me to talk to you guys about this because that is probably the most terrifying scripture. It is the most terrifying scripture. And here's why I say that, okay? Because one, he's telling those who get there, as in get to heaven, who are standing before him and, the final judgment, right? And he's saying, "Depart from me. I don't know you. I don't know you," which means one, you're not getting in. But what's crazier, what's harder, what's scarier about that is that he's saying, "I never knew you." Do you realize how crazy it is for the one who created you to call you a stranger? The one who created you to call you a stranger. And it really put things into perspective. We can do all this work. We can have all these conversations. We can perform even miracles. We can call out the demons. We can prophesy. We can do mighty things and say it's all for God. But if the posture of our heart is not for him, if the posture of our heart is to bend the will of God to our own, if the posture of our heart is not to be within his rules and regulations, everything that we're doing is for nothing. Because he doesn't know us. He doesn't see us. You know how crazy that is? And so today is a heart check. Today is a heart check. Today is a heart check. What is the posture of your heart? What is the motivation of your work? What are you doing? And why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? That's the question. That's the only thing we're talking about. I had another conversation with one of my brothers this weekend, and we were just talking about loyalty and the state of things and all the changes and transitions that are happening around us. And I also had another conversation with one of my mentees yesterday. I said, listen, we get caught up in, are we loyal to our churches? Are we loyal to this idea? Are we loyal to these leaders? But the question is, if the Lord has planted you in a place, are you committed to God? Because they're going to disappoint you. They will fail you in some way. There will be seasons where you don't feel like you're getting enough. You're not getting the recognition. You're doing all the things and you're not hearing or seeing the results that you want. But the question is, if the posture of your heart is towards God, Are you pleasing and are you committed to him? Are you steady because of him, or are you steady because of applause and accolades? Are you steady because, hey, this is going to be my opportunity to shine? That's the question. Okay, the perfume that I'm going to wear today is Bella Rosa Terry. Bella Rosa Terry. It smells so good. Mm-mm. And you've got to get to this place where you realize that all the things that you do, they are given of God, which means they should be used for God, not for you, right? And so they're saying, hey, I've done these things for you. I've prophesied in your name. I've driven out demons in your name. I've done mighty works in your name. And he still said, I've never known you. That is terrifying. He created you and you're a stranger to him. We've got to put more weight on our relationship with God and knowing God and fulfilling his purpose, plan, and will for our lives than we do on having a stage, than we do on having people applaud us for all the work that we do. We've got to put more weight on our relationship with him. We've got to put more weight on our obedience to him. We've got to put more weight on our submission to him. We've got to put more weight on being known by him than being known by people. Because it doesn't matter how much you do. If at the end of it he says, I never knew you, depart from me, you workers of lawlessness, or you lawbreakers. You know what that means? It means that I gave you certain mandates. I gave you certain requirements. And although you performed well, you did not bow well. You performed really well. You got up, you sang, you preached, you taught, you led, you gave, you did all things, but you did not bow to me. You did it for yourself. And that's the place I don't want to be. That's what I don't want to be. Because at the end of all of this, I want him to say, I knew you. I've always known you. I've been waiting for you. I'm excited that you're here. Not, I never knew you. They're blowing up my phone, y'all. But listen, I want y'all to get to this place of self-assessment. Evaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because he's calling us higher and he's calling us deeper. He's calling us higher and he's calling us deeper. And we have a responsibility to respond. And our response has to be obedience and submission. And our heart has to be in the posture of worship. He's calling us higher and he's calling us deeper. And we have a responsibility to respond. And our response has to be obedience and submission. And our heart has to be in the posture of worship. It's not in the posture to perform. It's not in the posture to impress people or God. Because understand, people are always going to talk about you and you'll never be able to impress God. So it's not worth your time. Don't invest your time or energy there. But there are some things that the Lord is shifting even now. Even now. The Lord is shifting some things. And the structure of the church, the structure of the body is feeling those shifting pains, the creaks. And so many of us are like, okay, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to tear it all down and I'm going to be called great for pulling this down and doing this. And Lord said, that's not what I'm saying to you. I'm asking you if you heard me and if you listened to me and if you did the thing that I required of you. Because he's actually calling us to be steady. He's calling us to stay. The Lord is looking for the oil carriers, not just the fire starters. And a lot of what we see right now are the fire starters. And many of them are performing, but they are not bowing. You've got to bow. If you want to be known, you've got to bow. That has to be your question. And here comes my baby. And she's not dressed. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. You say good morning. You say good morning. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go hold Matthew 7 verses 21 through 23 in your heart. We did the ESV version. I'm going to cover up. We did the ESV version, and I cannot wait to spend more time with you. If you have not registered for the All the Things experience happening in October 19th to be exact, I want you to go right now to heyprettylife.com and register. This is going to be an intimate time of worship, of the word, of good food, of connecting. But listen, we're going to do all the things so that we can produce the oil required. Okay, we want to get in a place where the Lord finds us worthy of carrying his wisdom. We don't want to just do to do. We want to do because we've been commissioned to do so and because we have found worthiness in his sight. Okay, so meet me on October 19th at the All the Things experience by registering at heyprettylife.com. We have a couple seats left. I don't want you to miss that opportunity. And if you've already registered for the All the Things experience, go ahead and register for the Hey Pretty conference happening January 31st and February 1st in West Palm Beach. Listen, we're doing all the things. We're quieting the noise, but more importantly, we're being equipped. We're being equipped with the clarion call of God. We are being equipped. Our language is changing. We're shifting in this season. And I am determined that the Lord will know us in the end. I'm determined. I don't want you to miss any opportunity to connect with other women of faith who are pursuing God in their journey of holistic wellness, because your holistic wellness always starts with faith. So go to heyprettylife.com, register for the All the Things experience, and the Hey Pretty conference. And I want you to study Matthew 7 verses 21 through 23 all week and enjoy a couple good cups of coffee for me. I love you.